Welcome back to the Ladies Edition podcast. I swear, we just can't be consistent. We are worse than a man.
Oh, yes, we are sometimes.
We are, but I'm Shamika, your favorite host.
Whatever. Don't start that at the end of the year. Okay. And I'm Shelly, the real favorite of them all.
Oh, okay. Well, we hope that you all have had a wonderful 2025. But I know for a lot of people, it hasn't been so great. But I do hear that this was the year of the snake and that you're shedding I be reading on the social medias. It was the
Okay.
like the Chinese astrology or something. It was the year of the snake. So that meant we were all going through transformations and shedding things that aren't helpful to us and all the things. But next year is the year of the horse. So,
Well, we galloping now.
yes, we
As we
galloping. We
shed and
taking
now
on
we
some
galloping.
power and taking on things, breaking down doors and doing all the things. So it's supposed to be 2026 is supposed to be a better year for everybody.
I embrace that fully.
Yes,
Okay.
me
I
too.
need it. I want it.
Yes.
And I'll be galloping. All right. I'll be doing some galloping. Okay. Um
Don't be riding no big horses.
I don't do ponies, honey. Okay. All right. Moving along.
So let's. I thought today we could take a look back at 2025 because, at the end of the year, most of the time people do their highlights. But I thought we could be just real honest, talk about the highs, the lows, all of it. What do you think?
I think that's a fair wrap up. A year end wrap up. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna put you in the hot seat.
Okay. Mm.
So, what's a couple things for you that you felt like were some highlights that were good things that happened this year, or would you rather talk about the low points first? Which one would you rather talk?
All mines is low.
No, no,
So
no. We gonna at least give the people something to be
I
encouraged
I
about.
will that's on you. I will say this. There was a lot of moments where I'm like, this ain't working. This ain't going. I don't know how to do this no more. Okay. The whole menopause thing. So that was to me my lowest moments throughout the year of trying to navigate this, like really intentfully, like really put my feet into it, all the research, all the reading, to the point where I burned myself out. Because, you just get overwhelmed with so much medical information, the doctors that I've gone to, the different things that I feel like I put one foot in front of the other and then took 9 steps back. It was that kind of on and off year for me. But I will say that over the past couple of months, recently, I've started to just what I call acceptance.
Okay.
Okay. I think acceptance for me, I'm a fighter in a lot of ways. So I fought against a lot of the things that everyone around me was trying to get me to accept, including you, is this journey of aging
Mhm.
and saying, okay, girl, like you either gonna be in it and you better hope you can maintain it and be in it, or you gonna succumb to all the things because you're not giving into the acceptance that you're getting older and these things are gonna start happening and you have to start like accepting that and doing something about it. So I think earlier this part of the year, I just kind of rested on me still trying to say, oh, I don't need to do this, or why do I need to do that yet? Or I shouldn't be doing this yet already,
Yeah.
to just accepting, okay, and a close friend of mine told me the other day, she said, you know what? I'm taking things now so that I can maintain where I'm at. It's maintenance now. And I'm like, gosh, so that has been my year. It's been kind of rocky in the beginning because I was fighting against, just as you know, just trying to up my patch.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
fought against that. And then I was just like, I don't want to do that because then that means it's gonna and getting on something else. And to now I'm just like, okay, I accept I accept that I need things. I accept that I'm going to need a little bit more support, and I'm not done with, whatever that looks like for me, supplement wise, medication, whatever.
Mhm.
But it's the aging process to me that really took me through it this year, and now I'm feeling like, okay, I just accept it now. I
You
just
think
accept it.
you think you were grieving a little bit? Grieving your
My
youthfulness?
youth.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I was grieving my old body. I was grieving it was the sense of control because I knew that Shelley. I knew what to do with her.
Yeah.
She didn't, that person didn't require medication. I barely took an Advil my whole life. So it was like going from nothing to now my kitchen counter is all supplements and my bathroom counter is medications. And I'm like, why did I get here? So it
Yeah.
is a form of grieving. And then it's the other form of grieving, like it's kind of doom talk, but it's like, man, I'm here now. I'm 51. Okay. Ugh. But I'm here, and these are things that I now have to deal with. And because how much longer am I going to be here? How much more? So then you start thinking, at least for me, I started thinking about that side of grief. Like, man, am I going to have 30 more years? Am I going to have 40 more years? Like, what does it look like now? Whereas
Mhm.
before, I never thought about none of that.
Yeah.
Thought
Yeah.
about that. So I think it is a form of grieving.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
see, you found a low and brought it around to a high. See?
See, I
See?
gave you a little vinegar and I sweetened it up with some honey.
There you go.
But I will say for you, I felt very encouraged and motivated because you really like took a stance on your journey with things, and I was very encouraged and motivated by you because I feel like, even though you may not say it, but I feel like you've navigated this year physically, mentally, emotionally pretty good, and you've gotten a handle on some things personally. So share that because I feel like that was very motivational to me to see you do and evolve and enhance and grow.
I'm like, what's she talking about?
Your dang surgery, girl. You've been doing all kind of stuff this year with yourself. Like, what do you see yourself as having, grown or changed or enhanced how you think, how you feel?
Yeah, hold on one second. Why is my camera fuzzy? Hold on. Hold on.
Look,
That works. There we go. I
yeah.
don't know why it did that. Anyway, so I think at the beginning of the year, I was sad, honestly, because I was
Mm.
coming out of I ain't even gonna call it thing a relationship, whatever that was. But I felt, and being honest, it felt like, again, I wasn't chosen almost. So, and it
Mm.
was the things that for me, it was like every time I looked in the mirror, it was still like, is this the reason? Is this body the reason? And I don't feel like me. I don't feel like, once let's see, the hysterectomy was 2022. So I
Okay.
never felt like I got a handle on this body. Like
Yeah.
for like
Yeah.
from 2013 to earlier this year. It was kind of like I don't know. It still doesn't look like me. I still can't I'm not comfortable in my skin. I'm not, all the things. Like it got to the point where I just really wasn't going anywhere unless it was work related. Trying to wear clothes to cover up because it was just uncomfortable. So I was carrying around some 38 G's. And so I'm sitting down, they were touching my kneecaps. I mean, it was, so then you've got the back issues, you've got the knee
Mm.
issues, the neck, the shoulders, every piece of your body hurts. And I didn't realize, like, even today at this event that I was at, I was like, I don't remember being taller than these people because now I'm standing up straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so walking around hunched over, it just does a number on your body, which is why my knees were hurting, ankles, everything hurt all the time. But going to yoga helped a little bit. Going to the chiropractor helped a little bit, but it wasn't solving the issue and the self-esteem issue.
Yeah.
So, um, thankfully, I have a great therapist. So we started to work on that self-esteem issue. And then it just so happened my consultation finally came up because I had decided probably a year ago that I wanted to do a breast reduction. And, while I was there, I was like, you know what? Let's take care of the very thing that's bothering me, which is that shelf after the myomectomy and hysterectomy that just isn't budging. And it's like, I'm tired of trying to wear them Hanes panties to tuck it in.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And
and
pull it way up under your
right,
breastbone.
right, right. And have to buy like a specific size
Mhm.
to shove all that in some pants and then find a shirt to go over the boobs and all that. And
Mhm.
so it was just, I was uncomfortable, literally
Yeah.
hot all the time because it just felt like I was carrying jugs around too. So anyway, yeah. So I do think for me, I didn't really overthink it. I just decided, like, in that consultation, I'm going to have this surgery. He said we could do mini tummy tuck and then the lipo. And then he added on some additional lipo. And I'm like, and so it's been a journey for me from that point. I got to get adjusted to this new body and figure out how to dress it, how to do all the things. And that's been the fun part of, like, I was like, my torso is longer. Like my sister and I were like, how long is your torso? And I was like, mine wasn't this long. And I was like, so it looks a little bit different because now my boobs are picked up, stomach
Yeah.
the other way. Like, so it has been a challenge too, because I am still swelling. So there are days where it's like, look the same. But then there are other days I'm like, is that a hint of an ab? So,
Yeah.
so it has been this journey, but I think I'm ending this year being more like in love with myself and my body. So I think that was the all around the world journey to get here. So yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's important. I think ultimately, we've shared our menopause journey this year, and it's still ongoing. I think it will always be ongoing. I just see it as um we did the peri. I think we probably bypassed the peri. Honestly, I don't think either one of us lasted long in there. And then, with our hysterectomies, we just
Well, in hindsight, when I saw the symptoms, I really think that my peri started in my 30s.
Yeah, mine definitely did.
Yeah.
Mine was definitely now that I know, I'm like, oh shoot. And it started with the sleep. I was
Hmm.
just telling a girlfriend of mine who's in her 30s and she's complaining about sleep. And I said, you know what? That was my first indication, but I didn't know that. And
Right.
I just took it like, oh, I just don't need 8 hours. I need three. Bitch, what? Like I operated well on
Yeah.
3 hours. And I don't understand. I was just saying that this morning. I don't understand how I operated on 4 hours of sleep for
Hmm.
many years to the point where it just became normal. But
Yeah.
what I was doing was getting up and then going to work drinking coffee. So
Hmm.
maybe that sustained it, but that was like the first indication. So when I think about the Perry stuff now, I'm like, man, we rolled through it and didn't even realize we were in it until we got in menopause and learned all this stuff. And it's us sharing with other women, the things that we have learned. That has been this year for me. The highlight, I will say, is sharing with other women as I see it come about.
Yeah.
And I hear them talk about different things, and I just lean over and say, Perry, that's Perry. Okay. And I get them talking about it, at least thinking about it, because I don't want women to kind of suffer like we did.
Mhm.
Um, and we didn't learn about things until we started doing research way later.
Yeah, I saw someone's TikTok and they were talking about like different symptoms and whether or not they needed to do HRT right after their hysterectomy. And I thought about it
Yeah.
like that's when I was really on HRT because the hormones were all over the place and it was like hot flash here, whatever other symptoms. But like this year, the early part of the year, I've not been back on the patch, but I've been on progesterone, which
Hmm.
still I don't know what it does, but I was
Yeah.
on it. But then when I had to stop taking everything before surgery, so I probably stopped taking everything in May or June, I have not resumed any of that,
Okay.
and I'm fine. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think for me, I just feel like the reason I went on HRT was to hopefully get some control of the sleep issue that I was having,
Mhm.
that was really bothering me. My mood was jumping all over the place.
Yeah,
And just physically the weight retention. I'm like,
yeah.
girl, now look now.
Hmm.
Look. Okay? Y'all see me on this here podcast, but you gonna next see me as a guest on my 600-pound life is
Yeah.
what you gonna see if this don't damn stop. So
Yeah.
it was like that was, my reason for getting out. But as
Yeah.
far as a lot of the other things, I noticed that I had like my joints were just,
Hmm.
going insane. Like I couldn't physically walk without feeling some kind of hurt or hearing my bones cracking.
Hmm.
So I think just that journey this year of navigating our hormones, trying to get that straight, and just continue to research and read up on everything. I'm not going to say HRT is the end all be all because for
Yeah.
some women they don't they don't see really a difference. And maybe because you're not suffering with all of the 900 symptoms that it
Yeah.
has. But,
Right.
which is why I was asking you not too long ago, like, how do you feel now that you haven't been on it
Yeah.
for a while?
I mean, I don't know because my body is still healing. So when I lay down, I'm going to sleep. The problem is me putting the phone down. That's why I can't go to sleep for a
Oh,
decent
yeah.
time. Because I've, got a new little friend, so I'll be kikiing on the phone till 3 a.m.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that's the thing for me. It's like I have to be set those boundaries. Okay, I need to put my phone down at such and such time so I can wind down and go to sleep. And so I have not been successful at that. Even before the staying up on the phone, I would just be scrolling or looking up random stuff if I'm watching something on TV. So, um, yeah. And I think, the diet part has been helpful. Like, again, not drinking alcohol since June. And then I actually had a shot last weekend at a party, and I was like, my chest was on fire for like 30 minutes. And I was like, nah, like I felt better not drinking anything. Like, and
Yeah.
according to my nutritionist, that also keeps your inflammation down as well. Because when you
Yeah.
drink, that adds to the inflammation. So me continuing to not have gluten and not have dairy and really just making sure my protein and fiber intake is where it should be and drinking the amount of water, I think that has been helpful.
Yeah.
Because I can tell if I eat something that might have a hint of gluten or dairy, then I don't feel good, like at
Yeah.
all. Like it feels like, whose body is this? Like this ain't the body I got used to now.
Yeah.
So I think the diet part has been huge for me. And then, like, I haven't been able to get back to my regular exercise, but I started walking more, going for walks in nature and
Hmm.
meditating and those things. So that, I think that helps with the stress too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, just and trying to just keep my peace because people will try you.
Yeah, that has been my number one goal this year is if I can't control nothing else, I can control um, things that affect me mentally
Yeah,
and emotionally. So I try not to, if I know I'm going to go someplace and that I'm going to get irritated by either going or whoever's going to be there,
yeah,
I just don't go. I told you this, mid drive to the airport. I live outside of Tennessee in Arkansas. So I was going on my way to Memphis, okay, which is about an hour and a half from me to the airport. And midway through, it was so hot. It was in the summer. It was so hot outside. And I just started getting irritated. I started getting anxious and I said, you know what? I'm going back home. And
Mhm.
I took my tail right on back home because I don't like being in an anxious
Yeah.
situation because I don't understand that side yet, the
Mhm.
anxiety. I'm not an anxious person. So when anxiety hits me, it like hits me bad. And
Yeah.
then I just say, "Oh, you know what? I'm going home." Like I don't care about the plane ticket. I'm going back home. Yep. And
Mhm.
so I've learned to do stuff like that now to really balance my stress because I know how it affects me.
Mhm.
And even with work, like I'm probably the chillest person even when things arise and I'm just sitting there like, okay,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna fight this monkey.
Right.
Okay. This is not, I can't fight y'all, this, that, and menopause. Some gonna have to give.
Mhm.
Okay. And that's been my motto this year. I'm not gonna fight everything and menopause. I'm not gonna fight
Yeah.
you and menopause. I'm not gonna, I can't do it. I
Yeah.
cannot do it. So having my peace and just being still. Like I've been very quiet this year. I don't do a lot of um
Quiet.
posting on.
Quiet.
I have. I have. Like I just have been, I'm telling you, I haven't watched TV. The only TV shows that I've really watched are TV shows from like the 80s. I done found this channel that's been sitting on I guess on my TV. Didn't know I had it. Pluto
Oh,
TV, where
yeah.
I found these old 1980 from the 80s series like Dynasty and Little House on the Prairie. I watch it every day because it keeps me in a happy place. Like I can't
Same.
watch this news or any of the news stuff.
Yeah.
I get so that's, I always say, oh, I get so tired of people talking about protect my peace. But I get it now because I'm like, that's a step for me. Like when I tell you I've watched every Dynasty episode, okay, and Little House on the Prairie, Little Laura, okay, Half Pint. Like I love all it. I want to go there. Well, see, back then I probably wouldn't want to be on.
No.
Okay. However, it's a show that and just these shows that take me out of here, take me out of where we are now. And I'm just like, okay, I don't watch the news. I don't do certain things that is going to heighten my stress. And I really felt better emotionally and mentally because of that. And a lot of people don't understand that. They're like, oh, you should come out. You shouldn't. Sometimes it's okay to just be still, be alone, and be quiet.
Very true. So I think maybe that's why I've been watching like Murder She Wrote,
Yeah.
Heat of the Night. I was like, I've been missing In the Heat of the Night all these years. I never watched it back then, but I'm like,
Yeah.
then and like Love Connection. Somebody uploaded all the Love Connection
Yeah.
episodes on YouTube. So that's my nightly show. That and somebody has been uploading Soul Train episodes every morning. I am watching a Soul Train episode because Soul Train is my thing. And it's like, and it's mostly the episodes from the like late 70s and then the
Yeah.
80s.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess that it's comforting. It
Yeah.
because I don't watch the news, even though I worked in news for a long time. I don't
Mhm.
care to revisit any of that
Yeah.
stuff. And then with this current administration, I don't want to hear that every day. And
Yeah.
trying to protect my peace, even with social media, like limiting how long I'm on there. Like the week, I put a timer on it today for an hour. So
Hmm. Hmm.
I'll shut down the app so I'm not just sitting around scrolling. So I guess that is, you do have to protect your peace any way you can. Let us know, y'all, like how y'all are protecting your peace and your mental and emotional state because whew, it's rough out here.
It's rough. And I don't think a lot of people, especially right now, we're in the holiday season, so there's a lot of people who are this is either a good season for many people or it's not, or it creates
Yeah.
anxiety. I know for me, it kind of does because it's nearing my mom's passing
Mhm.
at the end of the month. So I'm already geared up for that and bracing myself for that. But I have taken that and even in stride. Now I'm just like, okay, I know when it's gonna be, and I tend to not focus on it so much. But I was just thinking about this morning. I was like, I tend to rush through the holidays.
Hmm.
Like when November comes and Thanksgiving comes, I'm like, okay, let's get to January. Let's get over
Hmm.
this holiday. Because I like to start things fresh. I like a new start. I like a new year because then I can focus on all the goals that I say I'm gonna do and then I'm doing. But it's cute in January, girl.
Right.
But, I love that time of the year because it gets me excited and I get ready to start new challenges or whatever. But the holidays can be very depressing and down and emotional for many people. So also, how are you guys handling the holidays this year? Is it easier or, do you feel more pressure? I know a lot of people, due to the economy, may feel more pressure to, as far as gifts and all of that kind of stuff. So how are you guys handling that? Give us some tips.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, most people are like, "Oh, did you take off work?" And I'm like, "No." Like once I feel like since 2023, actually since 2020, holidays have not been the same.
Yeah,
So it just, because with a lot of loss over the past few years,
yeah,
like family doesn't gather anymore. Like it's
yeah,
like when you take out that matriarch or patriarch, it's like, well, I'll holler at y'all. I'm gonna send y'all a card. See you
yeah,
eventually one day. So
yeah,
it's not the same anymore. So I'm probably the only one going to be working next week as far as my in my office. Um, because I'm like, I don't need to take off. I don't have kids. I don't need to take off. What am I going to be doing? But I mean,
yeah,
we are closed for 3 days, so it's like I do have things I can do, but
yeah,
I was like, might as well just be logged in, jiggling the mouse.
yeah. I'm glad you said mouse because I was about to say what? Jiggling. But I the for me, I'm in education, so we have to shut down for the last 2 weeks of school, which is great. It has always been amazing for me, which is why I stay in education because I but so usually, I get 2, 3 weeks off, but this week or this vacation is a little different for me because I chose not to go home. I usually go back to Chicago, be with my brother, my sister-in-law, and my nieces, since my mom is no longer here. So it's kind of like, okay, I'll go to Chicago. Ain't nobody want to go in no cold right now. I don't want to be cold. I want to be like this. I want to
Mm,
be fighting that probably below zero. I just, but
yeah.
it is, a friend of mine said, but Michelle, you got to go home. This is holidays. You got to go home. And I'm like, I've not gone home before. I've
Mhm.
not done that before. And but this is how I know I just need to just be by myself and
Mhm.
just decompress from the year. It's been kind of a stressful year for me. I changed jobs. I did, some things. So I just want to just be home. I want to be on my sofa. I'm gonna
Mhm.
make me a little dinner, maybe visit some friends, and I'm gonna sleep. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm gonna rest
Yeah.
and recharge and then come back. So how you do is fine as well because I think people with children
Hmm.
and with bigger families see this what we when we say, "Oh no, I'm good. Let me go
Yeah.
back to work. I'm straight." They see that as, "Oh, that you shouldn't want to be like that." And I'm like, "Girl, I'm good. That's
Yeah.
I love that."
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And I plus my whole thing is those days that I do have off, I'm like, that is really when I start cleaning and throwing
Yeah.
stuff out. And this year is gonna be different because now I'm like, okay, now I need to really go through this closet because now these clothes I can no longer wear.
Yeah.
um
Donate them.
and make room for like new stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, so that'll be part of what I'll be doing is like, okay, let me make room.
Yeah. Make room for something new. You should.
Yeah.
You've done a lot this year to um enhance and change. I don't want to say enhance, but like, just really do some things that require
Hmm.
newness. So why you have a new perspective and you're changing physically, why put on old stuff that don't, it's not you anymore.
Yeah.
It's almost like we do need to, and people have said, well, you should look at this year as not so much losses. You had some losses, or you didn't get to do the things that you wanted to do, or some goals
Mhm.
didn't pan out. But it's still a step forward for me, but there's some stuff I want to shed too. So I'm glad you brought up that snake thing, because I didn't know where you were what the hell that was getting ready to go into. But I said, okay, we Chinese zodiac, what's happening? But the analogy is correct.
Yeah.
We did do a lot of shedding this year. And now it's kicking up into next year, where we're going to start breaking down some things that we probably couldn't do this year, or changing what we need to do. So
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I'm hopefully I'm gonna pray in the new year like I do all the time. Like my mama taught me. Pray in the new year. And
Yeah.
let's see how that goes. But I'm hoping 26 will be better for both of us, and filled with all of our dreams and our goals actually coming into fruition.
Yeah, I think one of the things about this month too, it has been rest because I think well, obviously I went back to work probably a little too soon and it's been nonstop ever since. And so this month has been like, okay, I don't have anything scheduled for the evening. What am I supposed to do? I don't
Mhm.
have any. So I've been taking a lot of naps. After work, I'm in my bed or laying on my bed, or, I might go for a walk, then get in my bed. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's been a lot of just resting. And my therapist, she was, because I was telling her, I said, it's so weird. When I go out now, people speak to me, they talk to me, and I'm like, why are you talking to me? People don't normally, they like, if I were to go to the store, well, nobody talk to me. But she was like, you know what? She was like, this year, your face went from being closed off. I guess it must have been that resting bee face. But now
Hmm. Your
it's
your meanness, your evil,
no,
the
no,
evil
no,
actually
no.
coming
She was
out.
like closed off, wall up, but she was like, I think now because you're starting to like who you are and your body and stuff. She's like, you're more open, your face is open. And I was like, oh, so now I look like, please come talk to me.
Yeah, you're not as, I don't feel like, and that's because you have a different, you may not feel it, but you
Yeah,
are walking different. You are, when you're carrying such a load, whether it's internally or physically,
yeah,
yeah, people walk right by you because they can see that I don't want to be bothered. Don't bother me.
right.
I got enough on me, so they don't do that. But I think maybe you're spreading this energy now that it's a little bit more confident, or you're walking a different way
Mhm.
and you're looking a different way. I say
Yeah.
that you don't look as evil anymore, but I'm just saying. Yeah. So,
Well, I
but
did
sure.
go. I've even gone on a date this year, so that was
Ow.
new. It wasn't a good one, but I went.
Okay. Well, the goal is that you went. You entertained it.
That's right. I was like, let me not be like, nah, I'm good. I want to, because I'm like, ain't nobody asking so long. So, I told myself I was going to get out the house more, stop hiding in the house, get out.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so I did. And then I'm allegedly going on another date next week. So we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Okay, date. All right. Let's end the new year with some fireworks. Is that
Nothing
what?
kind.
Oh, okay. Well.
This is a good Christian home over here.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Good Christian home.
Yeah. Let's get off the air. Hmm.
I'm still healing.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see. I caught it because it was fixing.
I know.
Okay. Um, well, I tell y'all what, we had a year, some ups, some downs, some wins, but some lessons and
Mhm.
experiences, and I think we did good because you know what, we're still here and we're
Yeah.
still navigating through it. And so if y'all are having a tough or had a tough year, just look at where you're at now. You made it through it. and you've learned some lessons, you've had some wins, you may have had some losses, but as we move into the new year, I pray that everyone will have the joy and the peace that they need to get through any of the challenges that wait ahead in 2020. But 2026 can take care of itself. I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna try to do what I need to do and stay focused and out of trouble. Okay. Yep.
No, no comment. No comment. I want to mention because I think that this has been like one of my favorite episodes that we did this year with Carla Reddit
Yeah.
because it gave a perspective of, for me, it's like the complaining about like, little things, whereas after fibroids and this and that, but after hearing her story, it was
Yeah.
like, whoo, I'm so glad my surgeries came out okay because y'all need to
Yeah.
go back and listen to it because she is actually an update. She is in the process of trying to make sure she can get her colostomy bag, the colostomy reversal or whatever it's called. So yeah, so she's on TikTok doing that whole documenting everything. But I think it was for me, and I don't know about for you, Shelly, but for me it was like, wow, she just woke up with a hysterectomy and that colostomy bag, but still positive attitude, still out here. I saw she just went to a Pilates class or some kind of class. So she's exercising, she's traveling, doing all these things. And I'm like, I ain't got no excuse if I don't get my tail to back to my yoga
Yeah.
class because she is out here doing it and like with such a positive attitude. So I don't know. What did you take away from that one?
I really I do complain a lot about the frivolous stuff, this year, and as I just finished doing for 20 minutes. But, but when I think about her story and how she didn't look negative, she didn't have not one thing,
Mm,
her demeanor, it was just so encouraging that if we go through things, it's a lesson for us to know that if we go through things, that's the kind of attitude that we need to have.
yeah,
We can't be like, oh Lord, why is the Lord allowing this to happen? And, I'm sure she could be like that, but she chose not to be. And she was just, it was a very emotional and motivating
mhm,
conversation with her, but to see her come on the other side and to see how many lives she's changing with her story and sharing her story, because
mhm,
that's very personal, and the things that she's sharing on social media as well as on our podcast, it was just very, it was just amazing and enlightening as
yeah,
well. So, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, because it does put in perspective the stuff that we've gone through and the little things and
yeah,
but when you see someone that's like, look, I got to go through this. And
hmm,
I'm still a beautiful woman. I still carry myself, the way that I do, and I'm still doing this and I'm still doing that. And it's like, wow, you can really make it through a lot of life's challenges if you just have the attitude and if you have that positive attitude that she has. I just thought she was a beautiful spirit. And I'm really happy to hear about her progress with
yeah.
her health. So,
Yeah, I do hope she'll come back and share once she, gets through the reversal process. So,
yeah.
yeah, and we want more stories to share. Like, please reach out to us because that'll keep us honest and keep us doing the show on a more consistent basis.
Yeah, so if you have features that you want us, well, if you have stories that you want us to feature, definitely drop them in the comments. Let us know. Or you can email us at ladies edition podcast at gmail.com. And we'd love to feature you because, a lot of people feel like, I don't want to tell my story. I don't my personal business out there. But you don't know how inspiring that story could be.
Right.
And things happen to us for a reason. I feel that God allows us to be able to go through certain things so that we can help and encourage others. So just share your story with us and we'll come back with some more stuff in the new year. I think what I really want to focus on too is this gut health connection to mental
Mhm.
wellness as because there's so much going on with this gut health. And I would like to have a few shows about that to really dive into that because I think a lot of people don't realize that connection on
Yeah.
how the gut is, girl, the gut is something else, honey.
Yeah.
And I ain't talking about your stomach where you just feel like, well, I done ate. It's so much going on. And I would
Hmm.
like to see stories like that too, that continues our wellness topics as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So come on, tell us your business, y'all. I
It's
mean,
a
if you
safe
don't want to come
space.
on the show, you're welcome to just send the story. We'll read it and talk about you in front of your face. So,
That's what we do with love.
yes, with
Okay.
love. Well, Shelley, yeah, this is 2025 is about to be a wrap. So 2026, hopefully we can do more shows more consistently. Um, I got to get my schedule together.
Same.
So
Same.
yeah, so yeah, y'all, this has been I want to thank you guys for tuning in and listening to us. What is this, season three? I don't
I
even know.
think season three. We're still on season three.
Yeah, so I guess we get close season three, close the book on season three and start season four next year.
Yes, it's a wrap. It's a
Yes,
wrap.
it's a wrap. Yeah, so follow us on social media. Where, Shelley?
At Ladies Edition podcast on all the socials, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yeah.
We're on there. And drop us some comments, drop us a few likes and follows and subscribe. And
Yeah.
we'll see y'all in 2026. Now, I ain't gonna say when, but we go but we will definitely see y'all in 2026.
Yeah, so happy holidays and happy new year, y'all. We'll see you in 2026
Merry
at
Christmas.
some point.
At some point, y'all. Stick with us now.
Bye.
Later.